Here's the number one thing you need to know about acne. You ready for it? Acne is an external symptom of an internal issue. So this is why slathering on all the lotions and potions and serums and products and getting all the facials and the gadgets is doing nothing to clear up your skin long term. We actually need to be looking inside at what's really happening in the body in order to clear up acne long term. Now, I've worked with well over 2,000 clients all over the world, and it really comes down to 5 things in order to clear up acne when we want sustainable long-term results. We're gonna go through each pillar individually, and then starting next week, I'm actually gonna do a series breaking each one down even further so you can really understand what's happening in your body and what's causing the acne to show up. Now, here we go. We got gut health, detoxification, hormonal health, emotional well-being, and nourishing skincare. We're not going to totally leave skincare out, but I'm going to talk about why it should be a tool in the toolbox and not the only thing we're focused on. So when we look at acne, we have to remember it is a symptom. It is something the body is saying, hey, there's something going on in here. We need to get it fixed up. And when we look at gut health, this is going to be the very first pillar we need to be working on, because I'd like to explain it like this. Let's think we're building an acne clearing house. The foundation is going to be our gut health. The walls is going to be detoxification, and the roof will be our hormones. And we can't just skip to putting the roof on and think, oh, I just need to fix my hormones because I have acne, when you don't have a strong foundation and sturdy walls in place, because it's just going to come crashing down and you're not going to be able to have a sturdy house that stays with you for years to come. So number one, we're looking at gut health. Now, there's 3 core gut issues that really arise for our acne clients, and all 3 of them actually kind of interconnected and work together. I don't think we've ever seen a single client where they've had just one of these gut issues. It's always a combination of them. And that's going to be digestion, it's going to be leaky gut, and pathogen. So I'll give a quick little brief overview, and then starting next week is where I'll really go into each one. Now, digestion is actually the very first thing that we work on for our clients in the Clear Skin Solution, because we need to be effectively breaking our food down and moving the waste out. The reason being is if you're eating the best diet in the entire world, but you're not properly breaking the food down, then you're not absorbing the nutrients and getting the fuel that your food has to offer, because your body relies on this fuel in our food in order to function, for your brain function, for your skin cells to repair, for proper hormone production, to prepare your gut lining. Everything relies on that. So that's why we need to be making sure that we're breaking our food down. But so many of our clients are dealing with low stomach acid. They are dealing with low enzyme function. They don't have enough enzymes to be effectively breaking their food down, or they're dealing with low bile flow. And all of these things together helps to ensure we're breaking our food down. So here's the other thing, is if we're not breaking our food down, it's also going to sit there in our gut for too long, putrefy and ferment, which is creating the perfect little Mandarin buffet for all of the bad bacteria and yeast to set up shop and feast on and overgrow. We don't want this to happen, because this will eventually lead to inflammation, which causes acne. If we're not breaking our food down, it's going to be sitting too long in the digestive tract. So now we're dealing with things like bloating, gas, constipation. And if we're dealing with constipation, we have to remember our colon is actually part of our detoxification system, because your body is using your poop in order to excrete the toxins, the excess bacteria, the microbes, the excess hormones like our estrogen out of the body. So if the stool is sitting in the digestive tract for too long, these things can actually start to reabsorb back into the body, go into the bloodstream, head into recirculation, and end up back at the liver, where the liver is like, whoa, I already got rid of a whole bunch of you stuff and all you guys and sent to the stool. I'm on to the next batch of stuff. So this is where we're going to start impairing our detoxification and our detoxification pathways from that reabsorption of the toxins and excess hormones. And if we're dealing with diarrhea, which is on the other end of the spectrum, that means we're not absorbing any of the nutrients we have to offer either. So we're going to be really malnourished and be deficient in our nutrients that our body desperately needs. Then we're going to be moving into leaky gut. This is a slang term for intestinal permeability. So in your gut lining, you have all of these tight little cell junctions. They're all nice and snuggled like a, bug in a rug. We want them to be like that, because if they start to get irritated and pull apart, the gut becomes leaky, and it can become irritated by chemicals in our food like pesticides, processed foods, heavily refined inflammatory foods, chemicals in our water, medications, alcohol use. All of these things can be irritating the gut lining, allowing it to pull apart. And then things like undigested food particles, toxins, bacteria that isn't supposed to be in the body enters into the body, gets into the bloodstream, and then the body's like, whoa, you're not supposed to be here. I'm throwing up an immune response, because inflammation is going to lead to acne at the end of the day. Then comes number 3 on that list, which is pathogens. Think Candida, SIBO, which stands for small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, different types of bacterial imbalances, maybe we got parasites. All of these issues are going to be, again, leading to further inflammation, impacting that proper balance of our gut's microbiome and leading to acne. I'm going to dig into all of that in next week's gut pillar, but I wanted you to get an idea that there's so many things that could be happening inside our gut. And remember, our gut is actually responsible for manufacturing, regulating, metabolizing a lot of our hormones, including our estrogen. So this is why we never want to skip right into hormones, because we really need to be focused on the gut in order to make sure our hormones are functioning properly. Then we're going to be looking at the next pillar, which is going to be detoxification. Now, everybody knows about our liver, which is the body's main organ for detoxification. It has over 500 functions in the body. So if it's struggling, your body's going to be struggling as well. And when we're dealing with a sluggish liver, it's been overwhelmed by the toxins in our food, medications, alcohol, whatever it may be. If it's slowing down and it's not able to do its job properly, it's going to call in the body's largest organ for detoxification, which is your skin. So if these excess of the toxins get sent to our pores, inflames, irritates, now we're dealing with clogged pores and breakouts. Aside from our liver though, we have to be looking at 2 other detoxification organs, which is going to be our kidneys, which also filter hormones, and our lymphatic system, which is our body's waste disposal system. We'll be digging more into that when we talk about our detoxification pillar in a few weeks, but I really wanted to give you an idea of, we have to be looking at the health of our liver, our kidneys, our lymphatic system, and I also mentioned our colon in our gut pillar as well. So these 4 areas need to be really functioning well to be properly excreting the excess toxins, hormones, bacteria on out of the body to lessen the toxic load and lessen the inflammation and also improve hormonal balance. Then we finally get to one of, the big popular topics, which is hormones. So many of our clients come in saying, Katie, I have hormonal acne. It's just my hormones. So when we're looking at hormones, some of the main imbalances, of course, we can be seeing will be in sex hormones like estrogen, progesterone, androgens like your testosterone, all of those really common things to be talked about. But there's a few other hormones that we need to consider for acne. 2 really big ones are going to be cortisol and insulin. Now, when we're looking at our blood sugar, if our blood sugar is sent on a joyride, this is going to be impacting our cortisol, which is signaling for an increase of sebum production in the skin, which is clogging pores and leading to breakouts. So this is why we want to be loving up our blood sugar as well. We'll be talking more about that in the hormone pillar in the series coming up. And then our cortisol, which is our main stress hormone, we want to be really loving up as well, because keeping this in check is going to help regulate our sebum production. And then those final hormones we want to be considering will absolutely be our thyroid as well. Now we're moving into the last 2 pillars. We got emotional well-being and nourishing skincare. Emotional well-being. I know you may be thinking, Katie, what's happening in my brain and my emotions have anything to do with my acne? Well, I can tell you this, after working with a few thousand clients all over the world, it has a huge impact. Things like chronic stress, negative self-talk, and even past emotional traumas can create a lot of dis-ease in the body. And, when we dig into this, I really want to talk through how we're talking to ourselves, how our mindset's working, the anxiety and depression that we see so heavily with our acne clients. But there's one really important thing to know about, which is the gut-brain skin axis. Now, again, we'll be digging more into this in the emotional well-being pillar, but we have to remember that each one of these areas of the body is impacting the health of one another. So let's say we're dealing with mental health issues. Well, when we have mental health issues, it can actually be altering the microbiome in our gut and vice versa. An alteration in the gut microbiome can be impacting our mental health, which is also going to be leading to inflammation in the body and inflammation in the skin, causing acne. And another component is when we're looking at that negative self-talk, I like to give the explanation of if there was a kindergartner learning to read, they were really struggling, but you kept going, oh my gosh, you're so stupid. I can't believe you don't know how to read yet. You don't know how to read the word cat. You're never going to figure this out. You're so dumb. If you were saying this to a little kid learning to read, how easy do you think it would be on them? Would they struggle? Would it be really difficult? Would they have maybe, reading issues for years to come? Most likely. So then why as acne sufferers are we talking to ourselves like this, bullying ourselves, saying you're so ugly, you're not going to figure this out, you're hopeless, and all of these different ways that we really put ourselves down. So this is why when we start to reframe our mindset and why we actually have a mindset coach for our clients in the Clear Skin Solution, this can go a long way for helping your acne journey. Then we come to the last pillar, which is nourishing skincare. Now, I know we started off by saying all of the lotions and potions aren't going to clear up your acne. They're not going to clear them up long-term in a sustainable way that you want. However, it is a tool in the acne clearing toolbox because skincare can be doing a really great job helping to reduce the severity of breakouts, speeding up the healing, but we also want to be making sure we're repairing our skin barrier. So many acne sufferers have spent years or even decades of their life overusing products, overusing harsh ingredients, over exfoliating, all the acids, all the benzoyl peroxides, the alcohols, the tretinoins, which is essentially destroying your skin barrier. When this happens, we're going to have more inflammation, irritation, more breakouts, more sensitized skin. So maybe we're reacting to more products. So this is why our holistic esthetician within the Clear Skin Solution works with our clients to really help them repair their skin barrier through nourishing products and nourishing ingredients like ceramides, niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, all of these things that are going to go a really long way for helping to repair that skin barrier as well. So like I said, that's just a quick breakdown of all of the different pillars. You can break them down further so you can really start to understand the imbalances in your body that are at play when it comes to your acne. Now, if you want more help with this, check the caption because you can learn more how to work with us in the Clear Skin Solution. But I hope to see you next week. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button.